All right, so yes, I know, literally like one upload in a week, and it wasn't even anything related to Fate. It was just simply Naruto, and I didn't upload anything at all after that. And I'm not even gonna go into explaining. I know I've explained my situation plenty of times now, um, but yeah, for those of you who don't know, actually, yeah, I had like, oh man, I had an essay to do. It took me a minute. I'm like, wow, I'm really out here like 10 o'clock at night, and I still haven't eaten, my dinner yet. I'm like, hold on, I can't even edit or upload. So, yeah, that took up a lot, and then a whole bunch of other stuff. I had tests and all that. I'm like, wow, this this is definitely something else. I'm definitely not gonna be able to do anything YouTube related this week. So luckily, that Naruto was pretty easy enough to just finish up and be done with. But yeah, I'm gonna try and hit you guys up with a lot more this week. Um, yeah, so far I'm gonna just do this simple video. The one I was trying to say that I wanted to look at, and I know you're looking at the title. Yeah, how someone becomes a heroic spirit. So yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I thought it was just simply this or that, and then that's it. But apparently there may be more here that I don't know about. So yeah, just look at this quick 8-minute video real quick from Tsiah, and I think I might do some magecraft videos from Otaku, because I know it's been a little minute since I looked at those. Yeah, I've just been looking at a whole lot of Tsiah, which is good. Yeah, look at different people, not just simply Otaku. Yeah, get a variety of people to look at or how they view these different topics and techniques and all that. Yeah, how they explain and break down videos. But other than that, though, let's just get this thing started. I hope you guys will enjoy. Make sure to like, subscribe, and yes, I'm sorry. Yes, yeah, I'm gonna try and get some more out for you guys in these next couple of weeks. So yeah, let's just get this thing started.
Heroic spirit is a term that's seen a lot of growth over the years and means much more than it did when it was first introduced. And we're gonna dive a little more into that
with
today.
the amount that got
If you
known.
guys haven't already, be sure you check out my new channel where I'm over there focusing on FGO content. A little more on the commentary side. I just did a video.
I didn't know about that.
Acquiring FGO. For some reason, YouTube isn't sending out my notifications. The link will be in the comments. Now back to the heroic spirits. One of the main discussions that we have about these spirits is between Ren and Saber in the Fate route, where you find that heroic spirits are different from an actual servant. A heroic spirit, by definition, is somebody who's made their claim to fame enough to be recognized by the throne of heroes.
Yeah, and that's what I already know.
Heroic deeds, like my guy Heracles accomplishing his 12 labors. This could be through a legend, such as the grand story of Gil that you find in the Epic of Gilgamesh. Or it could just happen off of hype, you not knowing if the person truly ever existed at all, such as King Arthur. The term heroic spirit translates into legendary soul. In a formal sense, it is the original copy of the hero's soul that's been placed in the throne of heroes. After that person has passed away, they sign over their life to the throne through a contract from the world as the price of being a hero.
Past, present, oh yeah.
Then send out a clone
just saw it
of
on the
this
left.
original copy that will then go on to participate in the Grail War. It is at that point that the clone becomes a servant. Now, there's been a lot of times where I've seen, well, if it's supposed to be only heroic spirits, then why is this guy and that guy being summoned? First and foremost, the Holy Grail in Stay Night is not the Grail War that you see in Grand Order. They are two completely different types of wars from two completely different types of timelines. The original intention of heroic spirits was to protect the people. This just happened to be through the means of the Grail War. But somewhere down the line, namely in the Third Grail War, Angra polluted the Grail with his evils, allowing for the system to be manipulated from there on out.
That's crazy. He
Instead
had
of
to show that
summoning all
scene.
heroes like we're supposed to,
Now that was
we
something
started to get
else
servants
back when
like
I first saw
Medusa.
that.
The Grail War that you see in Grand Order is different because it operates on a much larger scale. It is a battle to protect the world. Chaldea also has a system for summoning, but it operates in a different way. Servants are chosen by the Counterforce specifically in order to protect the world from destruction via whatever happens to be going on in that time. The reason why we're able to summon the servant after the fact is merely because we establish a connection during the chapter that allow for them to heed our callings once the chapter is over. Same thing goes for the Lost Belts, the events, and the mobile singularities. All those things fall under the same umbrella. Even when we bring about spirits from the beast class, sometimes spirits are too strong and they have to be downsized to fit their container. That will be one of those times. When it comes to the original heroic spirit, we don't have access to
Hey, yo, whole
manifesting
galaxy,
that
what
kind
was
of power,
that?
which is why we use servants. If a true heroic spirit is summoned, things have hit the fan. Okay, the stakes must be higher than they would be normally, especially if you run into a grand. King Hassan, for example, is a servant we were only able to summon because he relinquished his grand title during Babylonia. Generally speaking, heroic spirits can be summoned into any era, and in the case that they do get summoned as a servant, it would just be the copy receiving the information of who they once were. Kirei tells us by normal standards that servants shouldn't even retain their memory, as it would only conflict with their summoning. But again, that is just for the intents and purposes of the original fate. The story tells us that the heroic spirit back at the throne of heroes
It only stays in his body as
from their
knowledge.
summoning, but they are not getting the sequence of the events.
Okay.
They don't know when something happened. They don't know if it was past, if it was future, if it just happened 5 minutes ago. It's all the same. So what you have when servants do remember is this sort of muscle memory deja vu reaction, sort of like when Emiya remembered when he ran into Ren. When he was summoned, he claimed that his recollection was muddy, but if you look at the Fate side material, it says that just by seeing her, it actually brought his
that's the
memories
name.
back to him. But again, Emiya is just another anomaly.
Yeah, just remembered
He's a
in that
counter-guardian,
instant.
and as a counter guardian, he has a better chance of remembering than anybody. Once you get outside of Stay Night, that concept continues to change. Fate Strange Fate, for example, it tells us that Gilgamesh has no recollection of what happened in the 4th and 5th Holy Grail War, and he's summoned as a brand new servant. And then you go over to FGO, where that concept gets completely thrown out the window. Why? Because the servants not remembering would throw many things off the rails. The interludes, parts of the story, so they had to sort of retcon this in areas in order to keep the ball rolling. You have servants in Grand Order that remember completely, you have servants in Grand Order that don't remember anything at all, and then you have servants that have a vague idea of who you are, but not really. I mean, Solomon's Temple, the entire singularity revolved around the servants remembering. So things like that are on a case-by-case basis. Getting a servant out in the first place is an impressive feat on its own. It takes an enormous amount of energy to bring these guys out, to the point where just summoning the 7 servants for the Grail War is a miracle that the Grail can barely handle. This is when they're issued a class that aligns with the past skills that they had in their former life. Naturally, Saber tells us that she earned the right to her class for being a pinnacle of swordsmanship. During the war specifically, it starts to get more complex. The Throne of Heroes also acts as a database, meaning that servants must
Okay,
guard
so
their
well,
true identity
most of
with
this, yeah, I
their
already knew.
life.
Just trying to
This
see,
might not
yeah,
be
there's
that
just
big of
something
a
extra.
deal
That's
if
all. I
you're
was just
somebody who's
interested.
already strong, but for
Like,
the
what
weakest
else did
servants,
I not
one
know?
false move could expose the other servants to your true weakness. And finally, you have the noble phantasms, the crystallization or the embodiment of who that servant was in the past, the greatest of trump cards. It is for that same reason that this could be viewed as a double-edged sword. If someone manages to decipher your noble phantasm, this would also be giving up your true name. So even a servant's final chance at survival becomes daunting to use depending on how famous they were. Ultimately, heroic spirits are the greats. Instead of becoming regular ghosts just like everybody else, they became the guardians for humanity. We rely on their work, and without them, we'd be in pretty bad shape. I can't lie to you. Now, in terms of servants, there are many different categories that we gotta get into, such as servants that are still alive, like Saber in the Stay Night timeline. High servants, pseudo servants, demi servants.
Jesus.
We already got the counter guardians out the way,
Yeah.
so that's just one down. If you haven't, be sure to check that out. Anyways,
It's just
happy
I just
holidays to
know I'm
anybody
like,
that's out
oh,
there
happy
celebrating,
holidays?
and be sure to be safe out here. I
Okay.
know we are in vulnerable times.
And then that should be it. Okay. Yeah, it's just I know I'm a service, but now you got this type of servant, that type of servant. You got grand, you got this. Yeah, it's like, okay, well, here's more to look at. What other type of servant is there? But yeah, as far as episodes go, I think what was it? Encore with, yeah, because this is another version of Saber if I'm if I'm right on that. But yeah, I was planning on looking at that for anime episodes. See, I don't know when. I would have to maybe, if things go well, hopefully like November or so, maybe even December. Yeah, it may be way in December. Yeah, I really just pump them out then. Probably be like 2 episodes per video. Would probably be like 4, in the whole week. Yeah, because December, yeah, I got a whole break. So yeah, that'll definitely give me time. And in November, like I was saying, I would have a little bit, should be a little bit more of a break then. Because right now, I think I've gotten rid of most of like the work, right? Midterms already passed by now. And yeah, I think I should be hopefully pretty much fine for the next couple of weeks. That's all. I'm like, yeah, let me hurry up and get these out for you guys. And then I guess like I say, yeah, I'll just get that what was it, Magecraft, and then I might as well look at this other 40-minute video. I gotta look at it again. But this other 40-minute video I was thinking about looking at. But yeah, nothing too different. Yeah. From what I already knew here. I guess we had a Throne of Heroes, or no, when he actually was explaining in another video, it was like the blood that we see is just there for convenience. Like no, I think it's sort of like, yes, it's like it's really damaging their soul or something. I'd have to go back, but yeah, I was like, oh, okay, so the blood is just simply there for convenience. Like, oh no, that's what it was. They're not actually getting hurt. Yeah, it's just kind of there, and then after that, up until they disappear. It's not like they die. They just, their soul just basically goes back to the seat or the throne of heroic spirits. Yeah, that's what it was. So I'm like, yeah, all that blood and all that, it's like, really, that was just nothing, really. It reflects, like, kind of like, of course they're still getting hurt, but not exactly. They're kind of already dead, so it's not like they can receive any further damage. But yeah, that should have been about it. So yeah, like I said, hopefully I can just get these other ones out. Yeah, get on a last encore. So yeah, don't quote me on that or anything, because I know there's others that I'm gonna look at. Definitely look at Fate, Strange Fate. I want to look at that one. Um, and then I don't know, cause yeah, I'm definitely about done with the main story. Well, actually, you know, I'll probably just look it up real quick. Let's see. Um, yeah, cause I know it's those two. Okay. Yeah, I looked at the Fate Stay Night, Strange Fate, Whispers of Dawn. Yeah, Fate Prototype. I don't know about that. I'd have to wait. Arthur. So this is with. Okay. Yeah, I know you guys aren't even seeing this at all right now, but yeah, I'm just simply going through it real quick. Yeah, yeah, looked at Apocrypha. Yeah. Then you got the movie, Camelot, Babylon. Oh yeah, Babylonia. Yeah, it's just anime. Okay, no movie. So yeah, I was thinking about looking at that. Okay, that like that Prisma Ia. I think that was perfect that I already looked at that. So yeah, okay. Now I see. So maybe yeah. So like Babylonia, Last Encore. Um, guess I'll look at Encore first, and then Babylonia when that time comes. But yeah, that should have been it for this video. So yeah, just hopefully I guess look forward to that. Yeah, me going back to the anime episodes. Yeah, I just wanted to do this because it's definitely way easier. Simply just look at the video, get whatever information I can right now actually, because you know, now that I've basically looked at all the animated versions, seen the characters and all, pretty much yeah, know the characters by now. um yeah, now looking at, you know, these different, you know, videos and learning more about Fate, now it's like, oh okay, um you know, I probably get to see those elements and things like, you know, El Malloy. You know, I saw certain things in El Malloy, yeah, Dead Apostles and stuff, the Rail Zeppelin. I'm like, yeah, I remember that. So I guess you could say it's good to basically look at these type of videos first and then look at the anime and be like, oh, I remember. And then once the anime further explains it, now I really, you know, remember it because I've seen it multiple times, right? Yeah, for Fate, it's like I kind of gotta like see it multiple times, or really, well, for stuff like this, look at this a video like this, and then once I look at it animated, now I'll remember. Yeah, cause, yeah, definitely no way I'm remembering things from a 40-minute video, especially from like what Heracles or what was it, Gilgamesh. Yeah, like that's too much. But luckily, since I've seen them so many times, I remember at least most of it. But other than that, though, that's it for this one. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you like, subscribe again, and yeah, I just see you guys in the next one.